Hello folks, this is Scott with Dallas Paint Correction and Luxury Microfiber here in Dallas, Texas. I've had many emails just asking me, Scott, can you show me how you dilute your products and why you would do it, all that good stuff. So I wanted to make a quick video. I'll start off with my Armor, which is my silica-based SiO2 spray sealant. This here has 10% concentration of silica within the bottle when you use it at full strength. I just made a video recently and I said, be very careful using this. I recommended you don't use it with any other type of natural waxes or any other type of polymer sealants. You can use it over a coating, any ceramic coating on the market, and of course you can use it as a standalone product. The reason why I said I don't want you guys playing with other stuff, putting this on top of something else or putting something over the top of this, we got to remember it's a high concentration. Silica likes to repel things, okay? But I want to clarify something. What's really cool is we can cut this in half and get 2 bottles out of one. When you cut the product 50-50, you then can use this over anything. A natural wax, a polymer paint sealant, you can use it over SiO2 products, you can use it over a coating. That's fine and dandy, okay? So that's kind of, did I just say fine and dandy? Sorry folks, that's silly. But the product can be cut in half, and now when we cut it in half, we're at, I'm going to call it industry standard, around 5% silica within the bottle. Really nice because the bottle at full strength is 25. When you split it, you get extra savings. It's about $12.50 a bottle, and we're back at industry standard with 5% silica. I want to talk about my Reflect spray wax, which is my hybrid spray wax. You can use this at full strength. I do recommend that if you use it at full strength, work on a cool panel out of direct sunlight, okay? You can also cut this product in half. When you cut it in half, you get 2 bottles for the price of one. When you have the 2 bottles, I'm getting about 30 days worth of durability here in Dallas. That just depends on where your car is located and how you maintain it. But it's really nice when you're working with it diluted 50-50 and you've got 2 bottles out of one. Very sunlight friendly, very easy to use. And you get about 30 days worth of protection with it. This will work with any natural wax, any polymer-based sealant, just fine, tops over just about anything on the market that I've tested it against. The other thing that's really nice about Reflect, my hybrid spray wax, if you even want to increase your savings, you can cut the bottle 3 ways. So 1 bottle makes you 3 bottles. Folks, at this level here, what you basically have is 5.33 ounces, right? Then you fill up the rest with distilled water. You have a very consumer grade type of spray wax. Lasts about 7 days, gives you quick gloss, really nice. There's a lot of people that might like that, right? 1 bottle, turn it into 3. I'm not looking for maximum durability and longevity. I just want to get some quick gloss, quick shine on my paint and move on. Pretty cool. So you can make 3 bottles out of the one if you like. The other thing I want to talk about is, I talked about, I don't know what I want to call this stuff, guys. Am I going to call it my detail spray on steroids, my gloss enhancer on steroids? What I do with this kind of bottle here, this concoction, is I take 2 ounces of my SiO2 spray, put it in an empty bottle. Then I take 1 ounce of my Rinseless wash, which is Revive. So 2 ounces of silica and 1 ounce of my Rinseless wash, and fill the rest up with distilled water. You can use this over everything. Natural waxes, polymer-based paint sealants, coatings, you name it. At this dilution ratio, I really like it. No streaks, very easy to buff off, real friendly product. I do want to say something about my product line though. I wanted you guys to have fun with it. I had a guy that said, Scott, I tried it at 2 ounces of silica, 1 ounce of Rinseless. I loved it. I wanted to bump it up. I put 3 ounces of silica and 1 ounce of your Rinseless and worked around the car. I loved it. Was that okay? Yes, folks, you can play with this stuff as you wish. That was kind of the beauty of creating all of this, is I wanted all of us to have fun and be our own chemist and kind of play with it and figure out, what do I always say? Figure out what works in your world. So I just wanted to share that with you. The recommendations here for these dilutions is what I find works really well. You do have every right to play with it. You're not going to screw anything up. You may not like it at that dilution ratio, but then you'll just adjust it as you go along. I also want to talk about my Revive, my Rinseless wash, right? It's not just a Rinseless wash. You can dilute it to be a waterless wash if you want. But I want to talk about something. I take 1 gallon of distilled water, I remove 4 ounces out of the container. I put 4 ounces of Revive inside that container, shake it up. What I have now is a clay lube, a detail spray, an exterior detail spray if I want it, a glass cleaner. I can even use it as a quick interior detailer to remove light dust and fingerprints, so that's really cool. I always need clay lube. I like a nice glass cleaner with my waffle towel, and I got it. Once you fill this container up, you got a gallon, right? Or you put 4 ounces in that gallon, you got a gallon of this stuff. Somebody asked me, Scott, will that only last a week? No, you got to remember, this is all water-based products anyway. Distilled water, how long does distilled water last? Probably a year, right? So I typically go through this stuff very, very quickly, but I'm willing to say that product has got to last about a year as long as you keep it in room temperature. Don't let it freeze and don't let it get too hot. I think you'll just be fine. I've got a bottle of distilled water here just to remind you guys, whenever you're mixing these things, try to make sure that you use distilled water so you don't kind of interfere with the raw chemical, the ingredients. Tap water is not a good idea, okay? The other thing I want to talk about quickly before I leave, when you use my Armor SiO2 spray sealant, people ask me, what's the cure time with this? If you use it straight at full strength, it's about 8 to 12 hours cure time depending on temperature and humidity, okay? That's really important. When you cut it in half and you're at 5% silica, the curing time is about 6 to 8 hours depending on temperature and humidity. It will be a little bit different for each person depending on where they are when they apply it. So I just wanted to clarify that. About 8 to 12 hours at full strength for cure time, and about 6 to 8 when you cut it in half. Folks, I think I went over everything, right? Again, play with it as you will. You can't screw anything up here, right? But I wanted you guys to have fun. Somebody asked me, Scott, so what's your magic jelly bean and all this stuff? What's your marketing pitch? Folks, there's nothing here. I don't want to sell anybody snake oil. It's not my... First of all, I wouldn't do it. The beauty of this stuff is that I wanted the concentration high so we can increase our savings if we decide to cut it. If we don't cut it, we'll just increase our durability and longevity. That was really nice too. So I'm not calling my SiO2 spray a ceramic in a bottle or a ceramic coating in a bottle. Boy, this is a lot of stretching the truth and manipulating the buying public. It's silica, 10%. I wanted it high so we could cut it. The Reflect Hybrid Spray Wax, it's got a nice concentration of carnauba, a nice concentration of polymers as well, and it can be cut 2 different ways. Use it straight, cut it to get 2 bottles out of 1 or 3 bottles out of 1. And of course the rinseless wash, as I explained. Whew, that's a lot to go over, right? Folks, I love you. Just wanted to do that real quick 7-minute video to explain it. I am so sorry, but I enjoy it. I love it. I hope you guys do as well. Yes, we'll get to it. A lot of people say, show me it on the paint. Show me all this good stuff. I'll get to it here pretty quick. Just wanted to go over some of the basic rules and foundations of the chemicals themselves. I love you. I'll talk to you guys soon.